So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Yeah, I was throwing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night.
So, I don't want to display fighters all the time. No, that's not even a habit. I want fighters to do the incorrect thing. So let's return to the fundamentals of boxing. Go ahead and go outside him. He's always been like that. You understand what I mean when I say that I need to concentrate on what I'm concentrating on. He always did what he had to do, bro. I won't lie. I assumed that it was simply a bad night, or that everyone had bad nights. Floyd Mayweather apparently visited Lamont Roach's training camp prior to their rematch, which infuriates Gervonta, who sees it as a betrayal by his old coach. Tank Davis has publicly declared that having disagreements with Floyd Mayweather is preferable to getting along with him. He suggested that having too close a relationship with Mayweather causes issues by claiming that Floyd has done things to him that no one else is aware of, although Davis didn't elaborate. His remarks imply that Mayweather's influence had a detrimental effect on him on a personal and professional level. Davis had already voiced his displeasure with Mayweather's behind-the-scenes behavior, implying that their relationship was more nuanced than it seemed to the public. He accepted that Floyd had already fulfilled his obligations in boxing, but Tank felt that...
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
The best course of action was to concentrate on himself. With his rematch against Lamont Roach coming up, Tank is completely focused on his future, making it clear that he prefers to move forward without being influenced by Mayweather's presence or decisions. Davis believes that by keeping his distance, he can maintain a clear mindset and stay focused on his own career. He realizes that Mayweather's influence was affecting him in ways that weren't beneficial. He was the one who informed Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock on Friday. He claimed to be offering Frank advice and other things, but I was certain that wouldn't be sufficient to defeat him. It's awesome. It's okay. I don't give it much thought, because I know it won't harm me. You understand what I mean. He can do some weird things, so it's smart to have a beef with him and then be cool with him. He'll imagine, amid difficult circumstances. Tank Davis discusses his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, stating unequivocally that he is now concentrating on his own professional goals. Regarding Floyd's participation or possible assistance in response, Davis stated that Mayweather has always been himself and that he has already completed all of his boxing goals. Davis also admitted that he would probably behave similarly if he were Floyd, having attained the same degree of success. Davis stated that he respects Mayweather's position and implied that he had no animosity toward him. Rather, he acknowledges that Mayweather is no longer actively involved in the careers of other boxers. Although Mayweather's distance could be interpreted by some as a sign of lack of support, although he admits...
Camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd, I was throwing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking shit.
That Mayweather has contributed to sport and is currently reaping the reward of his legacy, Davis does not appear to take it personally. Davis is now totally focused on himself and his own journey, rather than lingering on his previous relationship with Mayweather. He is committed to leaving his own mark. Disengaged from his former mentor Shadow Davis is aware that his success will ultimately depend on his own work ethic, self-control, and capacity to compete at the highest level of the sport. Given his impending showdown with Lamont Roach, Davis is totally focused on winning hands down and taking back his supremacy. He is not seeking approval or help from others. His only focus is on establishing himself and making sure his name stays among the best in boxing. Tank makes it apparent as he advances that he is more concerned with his own career and future than with reflecting on his past relationship with Mayweather. No outdoor him camp and crew or something he always said, you know what I'm saying? I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He always did what he had to do, bro. I won't lie to you if I did what I like he did in the sport. Yes, you understand what I mean. Therefore, I don't like it and I don't fall for things like that. But it's also a part of me, so I help and I come back. You get what I mean. You know, guy, the entire Mayweather commercial is really well liked.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Let's do it, come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even really a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab?
__ is not a bad blood type. And many people assume that when I tweet online, I'm angry because I'm just saying __. The boxing community has taken notice of Floyd Mayweather's stated practice of providing Lamont Roach advice after visiting his training camp. Mayweather, who is renowned for being an expert in the sport, has consistently stressed that new fighters frequently make mistakes with their punches and technique in general, though his engagement with Roach has caused conflict, particularly with Tank. He has indicated that his purpose is not only to teach boxing, but also to assist shape future stars who could become the sport's face. Davis Tank, who had Mayweather as a mentor early in his career, feels deceived by his former promoter. Mayweather supported Tank for years, helping him win big fights and establish his reputation. However, now that Tank has witnessed Mayweather giving advice to his opponent, Tank is beginning to doubt Floyd's loyalty. Trust is more important than counsel, and Tank thinks Floyd's decision to switch sides is an indication of treachery. This circumstance is similar to what transpired with Frank. Martin Mayweather briefly collaborated with Martin, giving him advice on how to get better, but he later turned away. The pattern implies that Mayweather does not remain dedicated to a single boxer, but instead acts in accordance with his own interests. Tank understands that dominating inside the ring is the only way to cement his legacy, so he must put aside any feelings of betrayal as he gets ready for his rematch with Roach and concentrate on establishing himself, whether or not Mayweather is at his side. Many fighters believe it's simply this. Let's get started. Come on.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like this. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean that right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's
Yep.
a special fighter. What
Yep.
do you like about him?
That-
Something different.
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on it?
Many fighters believe this to be the only thing. Therefore, I don't want to show fighting all the time. No, it's not even a habit, and I want combatants to act improperly. We will now return to the fundamentals of boxing. Let's see the long jab. Look at the lengthy jab. Lamont Roach is a genuine competitor in the sport, according to boxing icon Roy Jones Jr., who has commended Roach for his remarkable abilities and strength. Jones emphasized Roach's versatility in the ring, saying that anyone can be defeated by him because of his solid foundation and ring IQ.
I meant earlier. My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But if he on his way out, well, why not kick his ass out?
Roach's performance demonstrated that he belongs at the highest level of boxing, despite the fact that many people had doubted him prior to his bout with Gervonta. Jones noted that Roach's capacity to overcome hardship makes him unique. He has overcome difficult obstacles and gotten better with every fight. He is a well-rounded fighter who can modify his strategy based on his opponent because to his footwork, defense, and counterpunching skills. Roach has a technical prowess to support his heart-centered fighting style. Jones also highlighted Roach's punching strength as a crucial component, although he might not be as well known for knockouts as Davis Roach. He has shown that he can inflict pain on opponents with timing and accuracy. Jones also discussed Roach's discipline and dedication outside of the ring, praising his work ethic and stating that his dedication to training is what enables him to consistently perform at a high level.
It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie. I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been here before. The heck, the fight they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to upset a lot of people.